Welcome to the Nature Codes. I'm Amira Daly, a nature channel healer and mentor devoted to guiding women back into alignment. Through the wisdom of nature, I work with rituals, meditation, channeling, and light language to support deep energetic transformation. The Nature Codes podcast is for those wishing to reconnect with their inner light, transform the space they live in, and connect with the healing codes and wisdom of nature. Come with me on this path. Welcome to the Nature Codes. In this episode, I talk about the connection between being extra sensitive, intuitive, and getting sick or more prone to health issues. I also talk about how we can strengthen our boundaries to overcome this and how you can tell whether you are taking on others' energy or health issues. I also channel some light language to allow your body to create better boundaries, and the whales speak about the energy of the planet right now. So let's get started. So why do super sensitive people get sick often? I found that my body is so sensitive to other people's energies, just the energies in my space, the energies around me. I'm just so in tune, and I've always been like this. I found it really hard being in a school, being in a workplace, being around lots of people at parties. It's so hard. It would make me sick. Like, I would always get sick. And my body was, for me, looking back, I know my body was healthy. It was just that I was letting in so much of other people's energy. My body just could not cope. So it was giving me messages in trying to keep myself away from other people, essentially, because it just couldn't cope. And that's not the way we should be living. We should be living having the ability to be around other people without causing harm. So I'll give you an example of a couple of examples that have happened to me over the years. I would, at school, get really sweaty hands. Just like, looking back, I just think I was overwhelmed by so many children's issues, traumas, wounds, illnesses, that my body was just like pumping out energy. And the way that my body was responding was causing sweat and overwhelm. It was like an overwhelm to my system. And I've heard other really sensitive people and psychics and mediums, their response to energy is sweating. So that's actually a really common symptom. But obviously when I was younger, it was just deeply traumatic to be in this space with so many people, really sensitive, getting attacked by so many other people's emotions and illnesses, and at the same time then being really self-conscious of myself because of my sweaty hands. It was just like not a very nice time. And this kind of carried on in the workplace because I would faint in corridors. I would get so sick that I couldn't come into work. I'd have like flu. I would have colds. At uni, I got like norovirus and I got mumps. At school, the doctor said that I could have glandular fever because I was getting sick so often. I mean, it was relentless. And even up until now, really, I'm still battling with it, but I'm really now understanding why this happens, and now I can actually prevent it, and I'm putting boundaries in place on my own energy and my own body to protect against getting sick. So it really has been like a lifetime's work of really understanding how this occurs, the multiple ways you can help yourself, basically. Relatively recently, since my psychic abilities have really ramped up, I've been getting physical symptoms of other people's illnesses. So, for instance, this is an example. I went over to my friend's house and she was dehydrated, which I didn't know at the time. I only found out afterwards, but I went to her house and I suddenly felt so thirsty that I was like, mate, I really have to go and get a drink. So I went to her tap and I downed 2 glasses of water and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Then the next day, she messaged me to say that she'd been to see a medical intuitive. This lady had told her that she was dehydrated. And I was like, wow. I basically took on her issue myself. And this has happened recently when someone's been sick. One of my friends was sick. And in the morning, I felt physically absolutely fine. In fact, I think they were doing Cambo. So they were actually detoxing themselves by throwing up. That's how Cambo works. It's toxins from a frog, a specific frog, and it's used in ancient medicine to detox the system. And so I'd forgotten that this was happening on this day, and I woke up and I threw up. And I never throw up. Like, even when I was pregnant, I wouldn't throw up because I would have morning sickness, but my stomach's always been quite strong. So yeah, I threw up and I was like, that's so weird. And then I messaged my friend going, hey, hope you're feeling good today. She was like, oh, I'm going to do Cambo today, so I'm going to be throwing up. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. I've had like headaches when other people have had like issues. I am only starting to really get to grips with how much over the years my body has been influenced by other people's illnesses, basically, and other people's health issues. This can come up for people throughout their life, and if you the key is to really understand it and like find out what is yours and what is someone else's. The reasons why sensitive people get sick so often is that they're sensitive to other people's illnesses, which is what we've talked about. We may lack boundaries, meaning that our energy is open to being given out to other people and their issues are able to come into our system. So it's almost like siphoning of our own energy. This can cause burnout because we're not just dealing with our own internal state, but we're dealing with other people's as well. And that adds to stress, physical illnesses in your own body because you're burnt out and your body's under stress. Your immune response system will fire up when you're near other people's or in other people's energy, because your body is essentially trying to tell you, we need boundaries, we can't keep giving out our energy to other people and allowing their energy into our own system. So sometimes it is the immune response in your immune system being triggered to cause like almost like an alarm bell to take you out of a situation. It happens, say, if you're in a space that's got some dark energy, you might feel dizzy, sick, stressed, and that's your body's way of telling you need to move away from this. Your body uses its own language to speak as well. So I know that like skin cancers and skin issues are your body's way of telling you that your boundaries are under threat. So you'll often see like skin issues in people that have poorer boundaries. And I've had that. I know a lot of people in my family have had that because they've had boundary issues. Your body is so clever, it speaks to you. And also, just when you're tired, your boundaries are automatically lower. And so if you're going out and you're stressed, you're tired, you're not feeling great, and you still push past that, you're really going to make yourself ill. But you're also going to attract negative situations and negative people, because your boundaries are so low at that point, and your mind and your body is in a negative space. So it's like law of attraction, isn't it? So you'll find if you're not feeling well and you ignore it and you don't rest and you go out into the world trying to cope, you will make yourself worse. Things will start to go wrong, like, I don't know, you're trying to sort a problem out that's stressing you out, but you're in your fear burnt out state. You're not going to be able to adequately solve those issues because you're starting off in a negative state and you're attracting more negativity. The best state to be in is a positive, energized state to start sorting out any physical, mental, or emotional issues. Okay, so the way that I can work out now what is mine and what is someone else's has been a very big process, actually. And I'm going to start off by saying you need to resolve your own traumas first. So you need to resolve your own issues first. So you need to be doing some kind of energy work, exercise, any way of like clearing your own traumas out, counselling, anything that you find relieves you and releases emotions. So I'm going to say for people who are super sensitive, you need to do energy work because you'll have past lives, ancestral, a whole host of different traumas that you can't sort out from seeing a counsellor. And if you are highly sensitive, you will be carrying past life and you will be carrying ancestral traumas, because most likely that is your sole purpose, is to release your family of generational trauma. There's so many different energy healers, and like check out my website, the Nature Codes, because I use a special nature energy healing. If you've been doing the inner work, healing, growing, shifting your energy, but something still feels off, like your environment just isn't supporting your journey, this is for you. It could be that there's stagnant or stuck energy within your home. As you rise and expand, your space can sometimes hold on to those lower or misaligned frequencies that begin to weigh on you, holding you back. Using my nature-based healing modality and light language, I work to shift your space back into resonance so your environment fully supports the version of you you're becoming. I invite you to visit my website where you can learn more and book a free consultation. Your transformation isn't just within you, it's around you too. Meditation is a huge aspect of releasing trauma. If you do guided meditations that specifically work to relieve past life or ancestral issues or traumas in your own state, or heal energy cords, all of that kind of thing, that is the way you need to start. And this is a process, like it's not a one-off. You can't just do one session and then that's it. Like there's layers upon layers upon layers of stuff that need to come out of your system. And in all honesty, no one's going to be completely clear of trauma, because also it comes up at a certain time. So like when you're 20, you're going to have stuff that you'll need to clear, and then you'll have cleared all of that. And just out an example, when you turn 40, you'll have more stuff. So you're never going to be completely free of issues and trauma, but you need to be a vessel of like abundance and light. And the only way you can do that is by removing anything that's not aligned with that, so that you can start to really understand, okay, I've gone through a lot of healing work now, my body is healthy, it's in a good state, because then anything that comes in, you can be like, hang on a second, this doesn't feel like mine, this isn't how my body normally reacts, or normally it doesn't, this isn't normal. So is this actually mine, or is this actually someone else's? And when you get to that level of like having this vessel that's really clear, you will start to become more intuitive and understand a yes and understand a no. You'll know what issues are yours and what issues aren't yours, essentially. Asking yourself, is this mine or is this someone else's? And you know your own body when something's a yes or something's a no. Sometimes some people know from their gut. Their gut speaks to them in an intuitive way. It's like yes is open, no is like kind of retracted. Or there's other ways you can use a pendulum, or you can do the sway technique where your body moves forward or backwards for different yes and no. So finding out whether it's yours or finding out whether it's someone else's, but also strengthening your energy boundaries is essential. And there's so many different ways of doing this. So once you've gone through all of your traumas and cleared yourself out, and you understand when something's a yes and when something is a no, so you can understand what is yours and what is someone else's, then you can really start to strengthen your energy boundaries. And what I would say to start off with is find your technique. Is it going into imagining yourself in a bubble? I normally shower myself in white light. I ask white light to shower down on me and fill me up. And then I ask Gaia, Mother Nature, Mother Earth to bring up the golden energies into my body. And then I'm connected to the higher realms and grounded within the earth. And then I ask for a bubble to be put around me. I ask for a crystalline silhouette now. I used to start off asking for a bubble, but now what I found really works is my crystalline silhouette. So I ask for my crystalline silhouette to be activated. It's like that basic thing that you need to have on every day. So once you've got your method of putting yourself in a protective bubble and asking for that protection around your energy body every day and every night, once you've released your traumas and your wounds, you need to cut energy cords with other people. So quite often, if you are consistently getting negative feelings or health issues from a specific person, it could signal that you've got a negative energetic cord that needs to be cut. And the way you can cut these is again through energy work. So you can see a practitioner, or you can also try and do it yourself through a meditation, although that's not always going to get to the real root cause of the issue, because a lot of the time our soul needs to know consciously the reason for that energy cord being formed between yourself and that other person. And normally there's a deeper reason that your body's trying to let you know that you need to resolve some trauma or issue between the pair of you. Trying a meditation to cut energy cords would really help, and maybe even at the start doing a daily ritual of just cleansing your energy and asking to remove energetic cords between people that you've met throughout your day. Energetic boundaries on your physical body. So this means your mind, your gut, your skin. So actually putting energy boundaries around your physical body and different organs, different parts of yourself. And I do this through the nature codes, and I put mangroves around a person's system. So I'll put it around the energy body, I'll put it around the gut, around someone's mind, and anywhere, like even the immune system, anywhere where their boundaries are low and they need extra protection, because the mangroves act to not completely block, but I ask them to filter out anything that they do not want to bring into the body. And this isn't like a solid boundary, which is really good, because you don't want a solid boundary. You want to connect with people, you want to connect with your environment, you want to share peace, love, gratitude, laughter, joy, all of these things, but you just don't want to be taking on other people's issues, other people's trauma. You do not want negative etheric cords to be formed between people. So yeah, that's how I do it. I also have a star being that I use to really make sure that these boundaries are fully and powerful enough, essentially, to block anything that's coming in that is not needed by your system. Another way that you really must, like this is an essential thing that you can do right at the beginning of your journey, is look after your own energy. Rest when you need to. Have salt baths. Salt baths are really good. Epsom salt baths are really good for bringing in magnesium into your system, but also it helps to detox your energy. So say if I have been to a healer and I've done a big clearing on my system, go into a salt bath, and then I'll just ask the water and the salts to remove anything my system does not need, and it really speeds up the process of letting stuff go. Looking after your own energy is essential, like really listening to your body. Do I need rest today? Or do I need to ground today? Do I need to do exercise? Do I need to take a walk in nature? Just anything that will support your system rather than take away. You also need to start to say no. So if you're not feeling good, say no to people. I can't today because I'm not feeling good. Try and manage your workload, like what needs to be done today. Saying no, I don't have the energy or the capacity today to take this on. Really trying to manage your stress levels and understand where you're giving your energy away and where you could be saving that energy. It also helps to know, as a woman, to know your menstrual cycle. So know that when your energy levels are naturally going to be lower and when your energies are naturally going to be higher, and adapt your work-life balance to that. It also, you might find that you're more sensitive to the moon, which I am. So a few days before a full moon or a few days before a new moon, my energy levels will be low. I'll be more prone to stress. But I know that after the full moon and the new moon, my energy levels will be good again. So it's kind of like really understanding your system. So yeah, I hope this has helped you. This is quite a big thing that I've been going through over the years. And if you need any help with this, please do reach out. All of the links are in the show notes. And now it's time for a message from the whale. I channeled this a few months ago, but I then did an update, so it's coming in 2 parts that I've put together. I hope you enjoy this special message from the whale about the energies at the moment. I am here with you now for all the collective. I wanted to come and share our experiences of the deep oceans and how we perceive the planet and the change of frequencies down here, which will help your ascension process. The oceans hold the frequency of planet Earth. From here, it dissipates into the land and works its way around the globe, creating grids that hold the Earth in its space and allow the energies of the planet to filter into the animals, the plants, and the geology of the Earth. We therefore receive the Earth's frequencies shifting sooner than the rest of the land and the rest of the animal kingdom. These shifts are strong and unprecedented on a global scale. We feel this ascension deep within the oceans and deep within our being. We are holding this and allowing it to shift to the rest of the earth and the land and the people, animals and plants that inhabit the land. We are holding this light, allowing it to dissipate at a more gradual speed. With this increase in frequency, we allow these energies to shift and move through the collective, holding the space, holding the time, and allowing it to really create this grid network around the planet. And so it is essential for the waters to be as clean and uncontaminated as possible to allow the energies to filter through. Interruptions in this energy can cause feedback, which is unwanted, and blockages in the energy systems. We feel these blockages in the Earth's grid systems deeply, and we ask that when you meditate and send prayers out for the Earth, concentrate on shifting the energy lines and allowing energy to flow more freely through the Earth's grid systems. For by concentrating on clearing the Earth's grid systems, you are helping to shift the planet and the people into more equilibrium. The grid systems are the basis for the new frequencies to filter through, and so we ask that the meditations can be done to channel and unblock the grid on the Earth. When energy can filter through without blockage, frequencies of the Earth rise, and with this, the darker energies are no longer allowed to be kept within the space. For the higher the frequency, the lower beings must leave and go back to source. We would like to share some news from the oceans. The oceans are under repair. The light has increased to such a high degree, the waters are vibrating at a higher frequency. As a result, what is not needed in the oceans is being kicked out and removed. This may create a vacuum in which the darker energies have been moving away and trying to find another locality to move to. This is part of the process where we see darker frequencies coming together and being more obvious and disruptive. This, however, is only temporary, as these lower frequencies will be dispelled completely from the earth and transmuted. You may start to see pockets of this darker energy becoming more pronounced now in your awareness, because they are coming up from where they have been hiding. Just be aware of your gut feelings and follow them, for this is how your guidance system increases and brings you more into alignment with peace, love, joy, and harmony. Do not ignore your gut feelings. Take action slowly and deliberately. Give yourself the time to feel into the decisions you are making to allow the energy to settle and a path to form. It is more important than ever to use your discernment on what feels good and what doesn't feel good. It may not be logical, but it will take you where you need to be. We wish you luck on your journey. We thank you for your time. With love from the Whales. I've channeled some light language to help with boundaries. Light language is super effective in helping your energy body and create change within your body in general, because it speaks to your subconscious and it is a frequency like music, like sound therapy. It is extremely powerful, and if you feel called, listen to this once a day for a few days, and then whenever you feel is needed, but it will help strengthen your boundaries. Oyai orana mai ko ai da I dorona ma ki dores na I allora ino kora ina makoya o mai kai no rani a lu in kai no morana mai o mai korana mai o maki o kai korana mai luna ina mokorana mai o yaina ikai rona lo yaina mokorana mai kai no mokorana mai onkora ikai kai moko ai no mora ino mokorana mai oshna ina mokorana mai ola I ukorani I o mai kina mokorana mai o mai no mora ina mokorana mai o ya ina mokorana mai luna ina kina I o ya I ukorana mai no mokorana mai oshna I kai rona mai luna ina makina mokorana mai o ya I o kai mokorana mai Oma ikai na makura na ma ikai ikai. Luna I. Oma ikai na makura na ma I. Oshna I na makura na ma I. Lura I na ma I na makura na ma I. Oya I na mora ia ikai no a. Ona I. Ora na I. Ola I na mora I na ma I. Oya ina mokora na ika I rona. Luna ina mora aya I. Oka ina mokora na ma I. Ona I. Oka ina mokora na ma I. Ola ina mora I. Oshna ika I rona ika I rona. Luna ika I rona ika I rona. Oma I. Okora na I. Luna I. Okora na I. Ushna ika I rona ika I. Ushna ikai, rona ikai. Thank you for listening to the Nature Codes podcast. I am so excited to be sharing all of this with you in the hope that it might spark something within you. An energy to care for yourselves, your home, and your spaces, so that together we can more gently and powerfully support the healing of the planet as a whole. If you would like to know more about how I can support you on your healing journey, whether that's working with your energy, your space, or both, please visit my website. You'll find all the links in the show notes below, including how to book your free consultation. I'll see you in the next episode.